Well, it was all West Mifflin, but it wasn't for the whole game, as they defeated Indiana by a score of 35-0. It was only 7-0 at the half. Indiana's first possession, they turned it over. They had 4 turnovers in the game, 3 interceptions and a fumble, as Brian Johnson had a pick of quarterback Harkleroad. West Mifflin started at their 23-7:55 mark and promptly drove 77 yards for a touchdown. Parrish Parker had a night. The first of 4 touchdowns was a 5-yard run. Calvert added the extra point, and the Titans went up 7-0. After Indiana punted the second time, West Mifflin closed it out in the first quarter and moved into the second quarter with a 4th and 11, but they were short by a yard of getting a first down as Indiana held. So Indiana took over at the 18-yard line. An interference call took the ball all the way down to the 7. They had a 4th and 8 at the 14, and they had a pass that was about a yard short. So at halftime, in a half that was played in 55 minutes, West Mifflin only had a 7-0 lead. We went to the third quarter. West Mifflin received the opening kickoff, and they stalled. They had to punt the football, but they got it back when Brian Johnson picked off another Harkleroad pass, and that was the second interception and the second one for Johnson to pick it off. West Mifflin at the 9:20 mark started on their 37-yard line, and on the very first play after that, Parker rambled 62 yards to the end zone and a score, with Calvert adding the extra point, and it was then 14-0. Then the next time around, with West Mifflin getting the ball at the 5:09 mark at their own 23, Johnson had a 49-yard run that helped to set up the next touchdown by Parker, who went 22 yards for the score. At the 3:03 mark, Calvert added the extra point, 21-0. Well, another turnover by Indiana the next time they got the ball at their 35. The third interception of the night, this by DeSonny Green, and West Mifflin then ending the third period with a personal foul against Indiana into the fourth quarter, and again a touchdown by Parrish Parker, a 50-yard drive. He went 6 yards for the score. Calvert made it 28-0 at the 9:46 mark. Indiana then had the ball at the 9:40 mark in the fourth quarter at their 35, and they turned it over again on a fumble. Smedley recovered, and the next play, well, it was a touchdown by a young man back up. Nichols scored a touchdown, and that made the score 35-0 after Calvert's extra point, and we were in the mercy rule. Parrish Parker had a night. He is headed to Howard University. 4 touchdowns, 245 yards, 4 turnovers for Indiana, as Grant Harkleroad went all the way at quarterback for Luke Thomas. Thomas will be back next week. Indiana will be on the road at Ringgold. Jack Benedict reporting for Coach's Corner and Luther Ford.